Okay, so we have our Facebook set up. At least we have our employee ready to go over here. It's not yet posting, but we're set up to get to that next point. Facebook is great and all, but we all know the kids are on TikTok and on Instagram. So let's do Instagram next. You can do TikTok if you want, but I suggest you just kind of go through the steps with me first. The off could be a little bit of a hurdle, but it's really up to you. Plus, I'm going to show you something neat with DALL-E and image generation, because if we're going to do Instagram, spoiler alert, without a picture, what kind of post is it? But we also need the caption, right? So I want you to go ahead now and pause the video and create what you think should be the module for Instagram over here. Okay, did you figure it out? Hopefully you did. It's the same process. We want to use OpenAI here. We're going to create a completion, and that's it. Make sure it's connected. It should automatically connect for you. We're living in a beautiful world. We can go with ChatGPT 4. Keep the max completion tokens. It's fine. It's really not expensive at all to build this out. It's very, very affordable. All right, so next up, we're gonna go to add a message here. It'll be user. And what about the text content? Well, we want to bring in, again, the same thing, the content, right? So we're gonna move in the content. And how are we gonna deliver this content? That's really the question. Okay, so this could be very similar to what we did here for Facebook. So I wanna go back into Facebook, and we're gonna go ahead and copy the whole thing for now. There's nothing wrong with a little copy and paste on a Wednesday morning. That's what it's Wednesday here. It's midweek, guys. But reusability, it's what it's all about. So we'll copy and paste it, and we'll make some changes. So your task is to create an engaging creative post for Instagram. And instead of post, we can say caption. That will resonate with people. Your post needs to highlight one key, blah, blah, blah. We don't want to put a link. Doesn't look very good. So we're going to have a picture instead. Make sure you share one link. We can remove that. Make sure to keep it short. We'll say make sure to keep it short and sweet, but still valuable and informative. Try that, okay? And again, I'm keeping it pretty general. You can get super specific. This is really just a template for you to then take and, I don't know, maybe you're gonna post about shoes and something super niche in technology, like, I don't know, back-end frameworks that work great as for services and da. I don't know, that's your prerogative. Just doing my best to keep this as universally accessible as possible so that the course can hopefully bring value and actually make a little bit of money. Fingers crossed. All right, so that's good, and this looks good, but we're not done because it's Instagram, so we need to have a photo. So how do we do that? Well, we can add another module chained to this module. So we get we have the post now, and the next thing we want is to get the image. So underneath, how do we do an image? It's gonna be slightly different. We're gonna go back to OpenAI, and we see OpenAI, ChatGPT, Whisper, DALL-E. We'll click on that. And here where we see generate an image with DALL-E, that's the one we want. So we're gonna click on that. And under model, we'll take DALL-E 3. And for the prompt, well, we don't have to go crazy, but we do have to make sure it'll be decent enough, because I don't like the letters and the words. The DALL-E, they always mess that up. So we'll say generate a photorealistic image about or given the following information below, and we can say, oops, do not include whatsoever, again, very serious about this, no words or letters in the image. And we'll use a colon because we're still in the context of what's happening below, and we'll move the content over like this. Yeah, we'll use the content that's being created for the post and not the content from the brain, because it's going to make the photo more directly linked to that response of data. So we'll leave it with that. That looks good, guys. So the last thing we want to do, we'll save this for now. Don't forget to save your work entirely. Really don't want to lose anything. Always be saving. The ABS of, learning with Clarion. Always be saving. And let's run this. Let's run this. Test it out. Let's test her out. Let's see what we get. Okay, so everything's looking good so far. Let's see if we get this Instagram captions looking good. And the image, we're not going to be able to see it because you need to kind of build out an HTTP request that is going to authorize the endpoint of the URL. So we won't see it just yet, but we will see it after. What we want to see for now is that the post works and that we have a positive response and that we have an image URL endpoint. That's really what matters for now. While I'm waiting, I like Lord of the Rings theme songs. You can whistle whatever is appropriate for you to be whistling. Okay, finally. All right, and now we're moving on to the image. It's the final image. Do-do-do-do. You come for the knowledge, but you stay for the songs. So, okay, we're good here. This is looking good. So we got a result. Snowflake and Anthropic are breaking new ground on AI frontier, empowering industries with multi-step reasoning-based AI agents. Tapping into both structured and unstructured data, they're revolutionizing decision-making data analysis. Beautiful. I really, really like that. And do we have an image endpoint? That's a good question, actually. Did I even add an image endpoint? We're going to click on Show Advanced Settings, which, yeah, response should be in the URL. So let's take a look. And on the output, we see data, collection, and a vivid photorealistic scene. So there's a revised prompt. And we've got the endpoint. Now, this endpoint isn't going to work, but it's there. And it can be retrieved. We just need to do it correctly. So this is good, guys. We did it. So if you have a URL endpoint and you have a revised prompt and you have your caption looking good, then we're good to move on. Congratulations. We're making a lot of wonderful progress here. We're almost done. We're halfway done creating our sub-agents. This has been quite a journey, my friends. And I'm very excited for the next steps. We can do X and LinkedIn. We'll save those two for the next lesson. And then it really is about just hooking them up to the authorization. Well, we can do a little bit of work for the pre-wiring where we can compact the output into a variable format so it's nice and clean, and then we can connect the authorization. I'll show you what I mean and what that means coming up. For now, let's stop here and resume whenever you're ready in the next lesson for X, formerly known as Twitter. See you there.